Do you remember when you were little and your friends or your parents started telling you which things you were good at? Taking in consideration that you were young, you started creating an idea of how your future was going to be like. When you got a little bit older, you started getting into things that will help you in your future. And when you reach puberty, you're in a middle point where you have to know and not know what you're going to do with your life. For some people, it's easy, and for some others, it's not. And that's when the real problem starts. When somebody decides to do something, society immediately believes that they have a power over you to decide. Here's an example. I'm a Mexican, I'm a girl, and I'm a teenager. But I'm way too ambitious. I don't want to stay in Mexico my whole life. I want to study law in the University of California, Berkeley, and I want to have a master in criminal law. I know. It's kind of scary for a 15-year-old to think like this. But when I tell this to my friends, they always support me because they think like me. But when I tell this to my parents or my family, they always try to tell me in a passive aggressive kind of way that I won't make it. At some point, I believed it and it really got me down. But I decided today that I'm good enough and they don't have that power over me. I'm going to achieve my dreams with what I have, and if I don't, at least I tried. I didn't stay still and did nothing about it. So I came up with these tips that I hope help you. So here are some tips to before you grow up from a teen perspective. The first one, taking advantage of your time. Taking advantage of my time has helped me in defining in which things I'm good at that will eventually help me in my future. I know this is not the first time you've heard this, but I swear it's true and it's really helpful. But what does it really mean? Google's definition is to take your time and do something useful about it. Okay, but my definition is to take your time, get out of your comfort zone, and do things you'll never imagine yourself doing to come up with something special and something new. Which leads us to the next point. Defining your passions. Defining your passions can be simple or a hard way. After a not so long investigation, I came up with these 3 questions that most of the blogs that help you define your passions have. The first one, what could I read 500 books about without getting bored? Have it? Second one, what could I do for 5 years straight without getting paid? And the last one, what would I do if I had complete financial abundance to do anything? If I'm right, you're probably asking yourself these questions right now. If you have the answer to these questions, maybe you have a passion. Since time passing and the answers to these questions will be constantly changing, but when you get stuck with one answer, that means that you have a true passion that will make you happy because it's what will you love to do. And the third tip, how to deal with people who don't support you. I know it's hard because the people we want don't support our ideas or our dreams or our goals. And yeah, they're going to tell you that you are not going to make it. Okay, so I'm going to tell this because I've experienced it and whatever. Be independent. I know I'm really young, but I started being independent a long time ago. It's really funny to say, but it's real. Being independent, it's the best thing you're going to do to yourself and to your future. But what do I really mean? I mean that you risk things, that you take opportunities, that you take your own decisions. That's what being independent it's all about, to take your own decisions. But this doesn't mean that you don't take their advice because at the end there are people who love and care about you, you know? So you take both sides and you be independent, but you also listen to them because you care about them and they care about you. So Here are some people who decided to be independent and actually did great. The first one, Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was studying graphic design when he decided that he wanted to be a singer. His family and his social circle told him that he wasn't going to make it because he wasn't handsome and he didn't have the looks, or he hadn't the best voice. He started being independent and he did it, and he's one of the most recognized rock stars around the world. The second one, Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham is a former Spice Girl, a group of music that was very successful, by the way, but let's just say Victoria wasn't having it. So she decided to get into the fashion industry. Most of the people told her that she couldn't make it, that she only worked for singing. But she didn't listen to them and she got into the fashion industry. Nowadays, Victoria Beckham is one of the most recognized women around the world and in the fashion industry. And the third one, Bill Gates. This is a different kind of independence because Bill Gates decided that he liked technology when he was really young. When you're young, people tend to tell you that you won't make it or that your dreams are kinda surreal. But he didn't listen to any of this and he made it. Nowadays, Bill Gates is one of the most recognized people in the tech industry. He has made several changes that has helped worldwide, and he's one of the most recognized people around the world, worldwide. So, what do I get with all of this? Time will keep passing, and we will still be learning how to deal with these problems. I hope that if I can help a bunch of things with these tips, I hope I can help some others that are a little bit older. So you should get into your head that you will never stop growing and you could always use this. So right now I want you to close your eyes and listen to this phrase I have for you. I get that growing up means to know what I want, what I feel, what I need, and who I am. Now open your eyes. I wish this helped you, and please remember these three words: time, independence, and passions, and they may be the key to your future.